Hey everyone, today we're raising the pirate flags again because the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake rumors are absolutely blowing up. Word is, the modern-day storyline might be gone, RPG elements are going to be stronger, loading screens could be eliminated, and the whole experience will be packed with new missions. Let's break down all the details together. And while you're watching, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Alright, let's get into it. One of the hottest rumors in gaming right now is that Ubisoft has secretly been working on an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake. Back in 2013, Black Flag completely refreshed the series with its pirate theme and quickly became a cult classic. The naval battles, the Caribbean setting, and Edward Kenway's rebellious personality pushed Assassin's Creed to a whole new level. Now, more than a decade later, whispers are saying this legendary adventure could be coming back with modern graphics and reworked gameplay mechanics. If true, this won't just be about nostalgia, it could also capture an entirely new generation of players, and that could make Black Flag the most exciting remake in the franchise. One of the most surprising leaks is that the modern-day sections might be gone. In the original, the Abstergo entertainment office scenes took us outside the Animus and added a different layer to the story. But according to these rumors, Ubisoft may cut that part entirely, focusing instead purely on Edward Kenway's pirate days. On the one hand, this could make the pacing way smoother and give players more time to explore the Caribbean. On the other hand, it risks weakening the whole past meets present core of the series. Some fans think that's a good thing, while others feel it's a big loss. That decision has definitely sparked debate. One group of players argues the modern-day story slowed the series down and pulled them out of the atmosphere. For them, Black Flag's real strength has always been naval battles, pirate activities, and the thrill of exploration. Cutting the modern storylines could make this a pure pirate adventure. But for others, Assassin's Creed just isn't Assassin's Creed without the Animus and the ongoing Templar-Assassin conflict. Removing that backbone might mess with the long-term continuity of the universe. It's a bold move, and whether it pays off is still a big question mark. Another major claim is that the remake will lean harder into RPG systems. Starting with Origins, then Odyssey, Valhalla, and most recently Shadows, Ubisoft has been developing loot-based progression mechanics. The remake might bring that style to Black Flag. That would mean Edward Kenway's gear will have stats, and players could build him in different ways. You could spec into a high-damage brawler or a more defensive tank. It would add a lot more replay value and let people play in their own style. So this wouldn't just be a visual upgrade, it would change how the game actually plays. That RPG direction could also reshape combat. The leaks suggest a shift away from Black Flag's more arcade-like system towards something with more emphasis on timing and strategy. Some even claim the new mechanics might have a slight Souls-like vibe. If true, players will need to be more careful, patient, and tactical in fights. That means the game could be tougher, but also more rewarding. Of course, not everyone will love that. Some fans prefer quick and simple combat. Still, it looks like Ubisoft wants the remake to deliver a more mature, strategic gameplay style. One of the most exciting details in these rumors is the removal of loading screens between sea and land. In the original, docking at big ports or entering new islands often meant short waits. The remake supposedly makes that transition seamless. Imagine sailing up to an island in the Caribbean and stepping off your ship instantly without any breaks. That sense of freedom would make you truly feel like a pirate of that era. If Ubisoft pulls this off with modern hardware, Black Flag Remake could set a new bar for open-world design. There's also talk that the remake might restore cut content from the original. Outlets like PC Gamer suggest we could see storylines tied to Mary Read that didn't make it into the 2013 release. Adding back that kind of material would give the story more depth while offering new quests and character development. It would be a chance to fill in those missing pieces fans have wondered about for years. For returning players, it's a nostalgic discovery. For new players, it makes the story feel more complete. New side activities and missions are also rumored. The map itself won't necessarily be bigger, but Ubisoft apparently wants to make each area more alive and interactive. That could mean more pirate tasks, treasure hunts, and naval battles. Even if you revisit the same locations, you'd find new things each time. That kind of density would make Black Flag's open world more engaging and long-lasting. As for the setting, the Caribbean will still be the star, but this time it'll be more detailed. Islands may feature deeper interiors, with more activities, NPC interactions, and environmental storytelling. Think merchants in small towns, hidden pirate camps, or new outlaw factions. These additions could make the world feel more alive, so when you step off your ship, it feels like you're entering a living, breathing world. That focus on exploration shows Ubisoft wants to appeal to modern players. Back in 2013, Black Flag's exploration felt revolutionary. But by today's standards, some parts seem dated. The remake could update those systems, add fresh content, and multiply the game's value. Smoother naval combat and a wider variety of land-based missions could keep players hooked for hours. In other words, Ubisoft doesn't seem to want this to be just a nostalgia trip. It wants Black Flag Remake to stand as a full-fledged AAA competitor today. Now, let's talk release date. Multiple sources suggest the remake could drop in early 2026, with some reports pointing specifically to March. That lines up with Ubisoft's habit of releasing big titles in spring. Of course, nothing's official yet, so delays are always possible. But if it stays on schedule, 2026 could be the year pirates return in a big way. On the technical side, the game is rumored to be built on the latest version of the Anvil engine, the same tech behind Assassin's Creed Shadows. That engine is known for incredible lighting, facial animations, environmental detail, and especially realistic water physics. Just imagine Black Flag's legendary naval battles with that level of detail. Dynamic waves, ships splintering on impact, and storms raging more intensely than ever. Visual upgrades won't stop at the ocean. Character models, NPC animations, and Edward Kenway's own expressions will all be more lifelike. That could add emotional weight to the story. Back then, Black Flag wowed us with its pirate vibe, but its visuals haven't aged perfectly. With modern lighting and shadow systems, the Caribbean could look more vivid and breathtaking than ever. Performance upgrades are expected too. Ubisoft's rumored goal is smoother FPS and more stability, especially during chaotic naval battles. With SSD tech, loading times could basically disappear. These improvements would make the remake appealing not just to longtime fans, but also to players on modern consoles who expect top performance. From a strategy standpoint, this remake could be huge for Ubisoft. The company shifted Assassin's Creed toward RPG mechanics in recent years, which split the fan base. Black Flag Remake is their chance to win back old-school fans with nostalgia, while also satisfying newer players with modern systems. Plus, pirate themes are still popular. Just look at the success of Sea of Thieves. Reviving Black Flag could let Ubisoft reclaim its spot in that space. Looking at the bigger picture, this remake could play a key role in Ubisoft's future. Assassin's Creed has gone through multiple evolutions, from stealth-focused beginnings to expansive RPGs, starting with Origins. Some players lost interest along the way, others embraced the changes. Black Flag Remake could be the bridge that unites both groups. If Ubisoft balances classic pirate adventure with RPG depth, it could restore the series' glory. Community reactions so far are mixed. Some are thrilled the modern-day story might be cut, saying it slowed things down. Others insist the animus and present-day conflict are essential to the franchise's identity. The added RPG mechanics are also divisive. Some want more customization, others worry it'll be too loot-heavy. All this makes the remake risky, but also one of the most talked-about projects around. And that's the biggest challenge. Expectations are sky-high. Black Flag is one of the most beloved entries in the series, so fans are demanding a lot. If Ubisoft just slaps on a graphical update, people will be disappointed. But if they change too much, they risk losing the original spirit. They need to walk a fine line, deliver nostalgia, but also meet modern standards. That balance will decide whether this remake is a triumph or a flop. At the end of the day, what players want most is for the atmosphere to stay intact. Battling waves on the Caribbean seas, steering your ship to pirate shanties, hunting treasure, tearing apart enemy ships, that's what made Black Flag unforgettable. If Ubisoft keeps those elements alive and makes them richer, this remake could easily become one of the most talked about games of the year. So to wrap it up, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Remake is already stirring huge excitement. The rumors point to no modern-day story, deeper RPG systems, seamless travel without loading screens, and tons of new activities. If true, this isn't just a facelift, it could be a full reimagining that brings pirate adventures back to the top. How Ubisoft announces it and what changes they confirm will be fascinating to watch. The one thing we know for sure, the day this remake gets announced, the entire gaming world is going to be talking about it. Now the spotlight's on Ubisoft. Will this remake keep the original soul intact? Or will too many changes make it feel like a letdown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video. Take care.